the truth of it is that Luis Diaz now also appears to be, all the reports are that Bayern Munich may well hit what Liverpool wants as a price point, which then throws open how would they replace him. Alex Crook saying Rodrygo. You and I think, both think Rodrygo will be live for Liverpool one way or another. It's all go in the attack. Liverpool could end up moving a lot of footballers on.
Liverpool know Bayern Munich got £100 million to spend. It's hard to get Wirtz, they couldn't get him, so we know they've got that in the bank. So we played our ball, haven't we? Yeah. And I think what Liverpool, you've said this already on a couple of shows, Liverpool want for Diaz what Real Madrid want for Rodrygo, in my opinion. So it's a straight,
very close to it.
Very close to it. So it's almost a straight swap, and we get a player and it's a little bit younger with a longer contract. And yeah. So the other option is Tony Gordon. If Rodrygo doesn't happen, I think Liverpool could potentially be back in for Anthony Gordon. But the fact of the matter is, looks like Diaz is off, doesn't he? I mean, he's been pretty vocal about it. He's pushing for the move. Everything but a transfer request has gone in, so I do expect it to get done. Just get close to that figure.
Do you expect it to get done? I'm still not sure, because I think Liverpool like telling the story about how they play hardball, and I think every now and again they must pick a player. They must pick one and go, with Tim, we're going to play hardball on, so we can say to the rest of the market, we only deal at where we want to deal. And I felt like a little bit like they might have picked Diaz for this. That said, the flip side of that is that if Bayern Munich do hit the figure, or pretty close to the figure, then Liverpool might just go, all right then, swapping a 28-year-old for, we don't know who it is, but for a younger player. What do you think with Diaz?
Yeah, they always pick one player and Nat Phillips, crucially. They were the two that always play hardball on every summer. I'm still not sure, but I think I wonder if I'm sort of doing the sort of hopium thing almost, of like, I don't think Diaz truly wants to leave Liverpool, which I feel like the evidence is stacking up against me now every time a new report comes out just about how much Luis Diaz wants to leave Liverpool. The Bayern fit to me just sort of doesn't make tons of sense in my head for Diaz, but maybe, Sané sort of getting out of the picture there and things, like maybe that can be sort of more. Musiala's injured, so maybe that is.
Kane up top, you've got Elise one flank, Diaz the other. It doesn't feel.
You're going to win the league.
This is my thing.
You're going to win the league.
You're going to win the league. This is my thing. Is I'm almost thinking of like the Musiala timeline rather than the Elise timeline, rather than the Harry Kane timeline. And obviously they're going to be a little bit caught between those two stools, but. Yeah, that's sort of, thinking about the Bayern side of things. Like, Rodrygo to me feels sort of like far away from what Liverpool are looking for in a footballer. But I sort of thought that Isak was this summer as well, and it's been very clear that Liverpool have been willing to follow up their interest in Isak. I thought.
Why do you think Rodrygo feels far away?
Almost because it's like it's too close to that. Like, I mean, we're signing from Real Madrid is really the thing. Like in my head, that's almost like not the signing Liverpool make. But this is summer in which Liverpool have effectively declared their interest publicly in a £120 million footballer. They've signed a £100 million footballer. So I just feel like they're booking like everything I knew of the transfer trends in my head this summer, and it's causing me to like have this whole like introspective episode really about what a Liverpool transfer looks like now.
Can I pitch you why I think Rodrygo is a Liverpool signing? He goes with a fair amount of fanfare to go to a really big club. He's done well there and won a lot, but he's began to stagnate a little bit, and also he's off the back of a bit of a poor season. And I just think there's this feeling of why I think he might make sense for the
Sounds like Ryan Gravenberch.
Well, he gets his fresh start. He gets this fresh start at a massive club with pressure on, because it will be the idea he's got to deliver from pretty quick as soon as he gets in there. And I feel a little bit like that. Whilst it's a different level, don't get me wrong, that is a bit the Liverpool brand. Yeah. It's not quite gone as you'd have hoped. And it's really weird to say that about a lad. If you look at his honours, it's like it couldn't have gone much better. Yeah. But I do wonder whether or not, he's never had a season where he's Madrid's top scorer. He's never had a season where people have walked away from it and gone, he was the most important player when we went and won this. I think that I do wonder if there's a little bit of a thing here where that's the Liverpool continuity line is. You are and have been obviously brilliant, but something's not quite gone as you'd have hoped.
Yeah, and you can almost see Liverpool's settle from the side of that as well, in terms of the fact that, even though he will be expected to come in and hit the ground running, because you imagine the wages and the fee will be sort of right up there with what is going around in today's market. You can say, well, Cody Gakpo is a left winger who we have a lot of stock in. We believe in Cody Gakpo heavily. We've just signed that £100 million footballer Florian Wirtz, which we all seem to be forgetting. I know we're going to come on to talk more about that. We've got Mo Salah. Like, you're not expected to come in and be the main man who's like running the show immediately. And Real Madrid's sort of stockpile of football is what I feel like Rodrygo has got lost in. Like I kept talking about whenever we spoke about Trent last season, that it feels like they've gone back to that sort of soulless Galacticos, scattergun transfer approach now. I mean, best symbolised by the fact that Danny Carvajal's just come back from an ACL injury and wants to be the starting right back, when they've just, their headline sign this summer is a right back. So it feels like that's what Rodrygo has got a little bit lost in that sense. I can see what you're saying about how you fall down the pecking order at a big club, a club who, and I don't think Liverpool are a rung below Real Madrid by any stretch of the imagination. I think transfer-wise they have been for ages, which is why it's almost like I'm having to bend my mind around the idea that Liverpool can now sign footballers from Real Madrid rather than having to always be the other way. I really like it as a sign. If Luis Diaz is intent on proving me wrong and definitely leading Liverpool this summer, then I like Rodrygo's signing, because as you say, it feels like there's something to prove there. There's almost not a ton of pressure in one sense. There's the right amount of pressure in another sense. I think it does make loads of sense to Liverpool. What I'm trying to say is, Neil, you've sold me.
I hope you're enjoying this free show at the moment. Loads of excellent, exciting stuff on the Anfield app. If you want to be part of the whole thing, you can download the Anfield app and go from there. Or you can subscribe via the YouTube membership as well for video-only content and other bits and pieces. We love doing these shows. We love that you watch them. So come, be part of the journey with us.